Hello, my name is Carx82 and welcome back to our GregTech New Horizons Season 2. I've been doing a bunch of crafting up here, and I went ahead and crafted 2 energy hatches for our assembly line that we're going to upgrade here. And just trying to figure out how I want to go about doing that. We're doing that for this recipe that we're going to need the next rocket. We need to get up to UHV. And I think what I'm going to do is a battery buffer, which is really cheap to craft up. The Nequadria batteries, which are pretty cheap. Well, I wouldn't call them cheap exactly, but they're easy enough. They're not complicated like the other ones. I think it's the ultimate battery. Isn't it the ultimate battery for UV? No, it's these energy clusters is UV. Ultimate battery is like a better energy cluster. But as we can see, these require 8 of the ZPM ones and Americium and 128 of these wafers. And I mean, it's not the end of the world, but crafting up 4 of those, no thanks. So I'll go with these Nequadria batteries, which are just some Nequadria. We have a few thousand of that now. But I did run into issues, and I kind of knew this was going to start happening because when I crafted up 2 energy hatches at once, because they are so complicated, with all the different parts and the stuff we need for the circuits and everything, the superconductors, I started having power issues. And some of these machines, because I have actually upgraded them, like this runs on UV, this runs on UV, this runs on UV, machines were shutting off because they weren't getting enough power. And it's not that it's not like they were being gated by anything. These can hold 24 amps of ZPM. The problem is that this only outputs 16 amps of ZPM. So if I had 3 of those turning on, that's 12 amps of ZPM right there. Just those 3 machines. And they would turn on, like especially these 2, the mixer and the precision laser engraver. So I was losing stuff, getting voided. So it's time to upgrade this. Now, I think what I'm gonna do, and I think for the time being, I'm just gonna go with the 16 amp somewhere in here. I don't know. Nope, not that. There's a dynamo. There it is. The UV 16 amp dynamo. So this is 16 amp ZPM. Let's upgrade it to 16 amp dynamo. I was debating whether to go up even higher. But I would need to do recipes for this, and I didn't particularly feel like doing that. I don't think we quite need that. And I would probably do bigger these, because this can hold 64. But I think... Man, now I'm like doubting myself. Should we just go all the way up? The 16 amps of... That would give us 16 amps of UHV, and I wouldn't have to, the next tier up, I wouldn't have to, like, worry about upgrading this in a while, but I think that's a bit crazy. I think I'm just going to do what I was planning on originally. Alright, so I have most of the base shut off here. That one we might lose, but everything else is pretty much shut off. Our neutronium's all shut down, so I can start working on this. For a second I was like, I'm pretty sure our steam production is turned off. I thought it was going up still. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do this. We might have a couple machines run out of power, and I'm going to have to go figure out which ones, but we might as well do this all at the same time. I have gone ahead and got 3 more of these things, but I am out of ruby for all the Lapatron. But there is another way to get the Lapatron. I think I'll probably end up doing that. I think I'm going to get it started maybe this episode or next episode. Not sure yet. I'm focusing on this for the time being. Okay, so this is off. Our base is basically going to be shut down, as we can see. So I think I have everything that we need. I need to at least get this connected to this. Now this is going to Krypton and our Void Miner, which I don't have running at the moment. I will have to sort out these. I will probably just switch to a transformer or something. Let's do that. All right, now I need to make sure I don't screw this up and put the wrong thing. All right, so there is the UV dynamo. And I think for the time being, I think that is good. So we'll get that going. Let me get this going as well, because I'll forget about the distilled water. It's not running at the moment, but I will forget about it if I don't. Alright, and I'm just going to use the superconductor wire. I know they're expensive, but they just hold so many amps. I am a pretty big fan of them. Also, I don't know if you can point a transformer directly into P2P tunnel and have it work. I'm not sure. I may actually try that, but I might do it. Could I do that? I could probably do it in the base. I'll just send that to like another one, so I don't have to fly to another planet. All right, so that should turn that on. Yeah, there it goes. All right, cool. And then I decided orange, I guess, is going to be my next tier. I'm kind of running out of colors because gray doesn't work very well in this base. Now, we're going to get to this part, and I think I do want 24 amps going down there, but the problem is this transformer, there is no, like, in between 16 and 64. So we're going to do that. And I think we need one more. And this is actually going to go all the way down here as well. To run about there. Alright, probably that. So we'll get this. This is UV. The only issue with these UV superconductors, they're so small, sometimes it's hard to place them in a row. Like you miss. Alright, so there's that, and then I'm actually going to... I think what I'm going to do is... we're going to do... 12 amp diodes is what I'm going to do. And since there is no 24 amp diode, they only go up to 16. I think I'm going to try two 24s. I think this will work. Could be wrong though. I've never actually really attempted to do this. So that. And if I do like a second one right next to it. So these both can handle 12 ZPM. So signal them. Like this, I think. I don't know. I think this should work. I've never actually kind of done this. But. Alright. We don't have anything blowing up. That's always a pleasant sign. Alright, so even though this can output 64 amps of ZPM, these can only accept 24 in total, and then output 24 in total. I think that'll work for that line. And then we'll do the same, but this one can handle 12 amps, so we'll just do the Oh, shoot. I am short. One diode. Alright. I will make the diode. I'm like, is that gonna... Oh, nope, nope, nope. Just kidding. That's what I was gonna do this. And I could actually probably put it closer. I was thinking we were gonna do... Yeah. So that, but then we're gonna... screwdriver it. To like 8 amps, I think. I think that'll be better. Technically, these cables can hold a total of 12, but I don't think... We don't really need... We don't need a full 12 amps of ZPM going on there. I can always change it if needed. Alright, and then this one, I'm going to do the same here. And then if we have an issue, I'll increase it to the 16. Alright, so I think that is that, and then we'll come along here. And hopefully no explosions. We're good. Alright. And that is the orange. And I love... This is like one of my favorite things of GregTech, figuring out the powering. And all the different cables and the amps and all that stuff. I think it's just so much fun. Also the chemistry. And that's what it does best. Okay, so I think we're good with that, and that. Alright, so everything's back to hooked up. Now I can do this. So what we're going to do is connect this directly to... We're going to connect this directly to the UV source now. I was going to do... just feed it with ZPM power, but you know, I think I'm just gonna connect it directly. We will get this. Even move them down one. There we go. Can these assembly lines accept 4 energy hatches? I don't remember actually. If you can do 4 to double overclock it. I don't remember if that was a thing or was that a different mod pack. I really don't know. Alright, it looks like I am short on superconductor wires, so I'm going to have to craft these up. But basically, I'm going to come along here and... Nope, wrong one. I'm going to go from here. And this will be able to pull 4 amps of UV by itself. And that will allow us, I think we'll be okay, at least for a little while, on our assembly line. I can always switch this to... Like, since these can handle 32 amps, I can always switch this to, like, output 16 amps of UV, and that will be like a double overclock. I'll just have to use like a transformer sort of thing. But, okay, so that should be filling those batteries up. And that will be good to go, I think. I do need to craft up... Oh, shoot. I just realized I can't craft up more superconductor UV wires because I don't have enough. My thing won't run. No! Alright, I can do aluminum cables. I can do a different... I don't have to do the superconductor wires. There are other cables I can use. The 524... Yeah, there we go. That usually... If you do the voltage, you can pull up every single machine that has that in the tooltip. So like aluminum cables, we'll do 8. I'll probably just do those. Although I do like superconducting cables, but I need to get this running first. Okay, there is the aluminum cables. We got our UV energy hatches, so this is up to UHV tier. So that's pretty cool. And the batteries will just help with the buffer. So I think we are good for a while. I think I can even increase the amount of amps if needed. I could always throw another, instead of doing the 64 amp, I could always throw like another energy hatch, and then we would have a full 32 amps coming down here. So definitely can do that. Now I have gone ahead and also I got a whole bunch of snow, or the whatever blocks from Enceladus, and I've macerated all the things down, and now I'm sending it through the centrifuge. It is pretty slow, but I wanted to get that going. We needed it for our mysterious crystal. I don't even know if that's enough. I think it was about 2200 I think I got. Just with manually mining the stuff. Now, you can either do like stuff subsurface blocks, but the stone dust gives a lower % chance for the mysterious crystal. So I wanted this one. So as we can see, that's a 10%. That's a 50% chance. So yeah, 2.5% chance, 15%. But I may have to go get some more. I actually don't know. Now, I have also started... I wanted to upgrade my farm because I never really liked the actual Ender IO farm, so I've actually gone ahead and replaced it. And I'll show that in a second. I totally forgot I had some more dirt I needed to break. Alright, do we have enough room? Yeah. Always make sure you have enough room before you break it over the thing. Although, actually, this thing will just have this hovering over me. It won't fall. I've gone ahead and replaced the Ender IO farm with the tree grow simulator. I totally didn't even think about this, that it can grow darkwood. Mainly because this wasn't a thing when I played the first season and set up a tree farm for fertilizer. But I've gone ahead and... yeah, replaced it with this. Now, I have this set to LUV, and with the chainsaw in there, it produces almost 1,000 wood per cycle every 5 seconds. We're up to, and that is too big for the regular output bus. I could type. So all of these, even like the higher tier ones, only do 16 stacks. But there is actually a super bus that does a lot more stacks. So I went ahead with this one, the super bus EV. It gives you 80 slots, so I think it's about 4,000 logs can fit in it. Now this requires a UV output bus, so even though it says EV, it actually requires some pretty high tier stuff. Also an 18 is a bit annoying, but I just manually did that. So that is producing, I think, about 1,000, just over 1,000 per cycle. And I had it set to the little fluid, or the little extractor, and there was no way it was keeping up with that. So gone ahead and did another processing factory. You can't see, but the one in the middle, actually I think I'm actually going to switch it to here, just so I can see what, I don't know, I don't like having there's an output bus, or there's an input bus in the middle. I don't like not being able to see it. So I'll actually let that just do that, and then I'm actually going to move it to top here. But yeah, so basically just feeds directly into here. This feeds directly into here. And that will fill it up. I probably should have, I don't know why I didn't do the bigger one. I should have just done a... I actually thought I did. I thought I did a bigger input bus. Also, I might want to... I don't know, we'll see. Alright, I think that's done. Ah, stop! No! Oh god. There's a conveyor belt on it, and it's doing that. That's kind of funny. Where did I put my... Ah! Alright, let's just put this in my inventory. Oh my goodness, that outputted a whole lot. There we go. Alright. That was derp number 872 of the series. Okay, so there we go. Input bus. Much better. I don't know how much it actually uses. About 200? Oh, that actually used about 400. Interesting. Yeah, so about-ish 400. So, yeah, that was using... I think we weren't getting as efficient as possible. Okay, I need to put some of this stuff in my base system. But let's do this. Yeah, I'll just move it up. So super bus, input bus. All right, I just like that better, I think. And, oh, 22. This is a circuit of 22 for the extractor. There it goes. So there we go. You can see this has like 4,000. And then this turns on and off, but this just keeps running permanently. Okay, so there is that for fertilizer. I think it's keeping up. It might not even be keeping up with... It might barely be keeping up with a ZPM greenhouse. Interesting. And then I have this even at ZPM. So, alright, that is that. I do want to finish getting max stats. I just haven't got around to that as well for our farm. Okay, so we are back, and I've decided I'm going to start something, and I've been wanting to do this for about 100 episodes, because I actually do like it a lot. I've just never got around to it. But we're going to take a break from technology for a little bit. I am going to continue working on the rocket, but we do need, I think the quests say 79 of these. I've crafted up one to make sure everything worked. But I do need 2,300 more mysterious crystal. So I'm either going to have to go farm that or figure out a way to get that. But in the meantime, while this is kind of working, and mysterious crystals take a while to smelt and everything, so I wanted something to do while I am working on our tech. And you may notice I've got some things in my inventory. And yeah, I want to actually get started with bees, because there are some really cool bees that give like unique things. One is Lapatron. Like, you can get Lapatron dust from a Lapatron comb, and it just makes everything so much easier. I wanted like upgrade our thing, but we're starting to get to like the really difficult ones. You just need like so much Lapatron. Like, we need 8 just to get to the ZPM one. We're gonna need 1,400 ruby dust. I mean, I could obviously just mine it up. We have a void miner, but I think I'm gonna go and start some bees and get those going. because there are some cool new toys for bees that have been added. A multi-block, there is a industrial apiary that is much sooner than it used to be. So that is the plan. Now, unfortunately, I'm just realizing... Oh, I guess I could turn off the... I don't remember what the thing was. Well, might be... No, I don't remember what the hotkey was for the night vision. But if you don't wear night vision, you can actually... It makes it easier to find the beehives, as we can see. Alright, so I'm just going to start breaking these. And see. We got a meadows bee. I really want a forest bee. So I'm going to continue flying around. Let me get... Yeah, we can see... We can see them lit up. Makes it... There's another meadows. I guess I'll grab it. Makes it much, much easier to find. Meadows... Is that a forest? That's a forest right there. Also, we can see the dungeons. You can also buy them in the quest book, but you need to do the quest room. Alright, we got a forest, we got that. Let's get back to the base. Okay, we are back, and I have gone ahead and got recipes for anything. I may need to figure out, or not figure out, but I may need to throw cotton in the farm as well. I don't know how, we have a bunch of it now, but we may need to do that. Also, I put a seed in there for seed oil. So that is a thing. I put that in there. I'm not going to say it, but I don't want YouTube to get mad at me. But yeah, so I have made recipes for that. And I'm just quickly doing these quests and opening stuff up. So that is that. All right, let's go over and actually one last thing. Do I have? I don't. I'm going to... I want to test something out with one of our... I'm going to test out a world accelerator on the apiaries. I think they can be sped up. I could be wrong. I've never actually tried it. So I'm just going to use batteries to do that really quick. I just threw down a little patch of grass. I don't know where I'm going to put this. I do want like a whole bee area. I just needed something kind of quick to get this going. I'm going to put down the apiary. And if you don't know how bees work, basically there are different bees, and you use different bees, different species to get other species. So there we go. There is our common princess. And it is just a percent chance. You can see 15% chance there. So it can be quite annoying. But as you go up the chain, so you'll get a forest drone, a meadows drone gives you a common drone, and then you use that common with a forest. Or I think it can forest or meadows. I think it can be any of them. You can get a cultivated bee. And so on and so forth, way, way up the chain. And there are bees. If you want bees, there are bees in GregTech. Holy cow, these are all different species of bees. But before I do that, there is another thing I want to try. And the reason I wanted an apiary, you can start with a bee house that doesn't require any special frames. This just sticks and slabs. But it doesn't have a space for the frames. Whereas the apiary requires special things here. So seed oil and impregnated frames also require seed oil, and these require creosote. So a little bit more complicated, but the apiary has a slot for the frames. Now, I have gone ahead and we're going to try these mutagenic frames, because apparently they're really good. And we need the carpenter for this. There is no other recipe, unfortunately. Requires plutonium 241, plutonium 240, and long rods. Actually, I just realized I probably don't have recipes for those. And some molten redstone. Now, I'm gonna try... I guess I'll just throw it maybe here. Do I have a... I don't have a grate. You know what? Well, I'm gonna actually throw it underneath, I think. Because I don't particularly like how this... these old horse machines look. They just don't go with anything in the base. Let me quickly make recipes for those things. So I've gone ahead, made recipes for these items. Now, I have no idea if this is actually going to work with this carpenter, because it is always, it's a bit funny. Yeah. You got to make the recipes. I'll throw those in there. Oh. I don't have the impregnated frame. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's like no way this is gonna work, but I could be wrong. I do have that in the... Did I do that wrong? Impregnated. I think everything's right. Those rods look a little different, don't they? No, they look the same. I think it's just because the molten redstone isn't in there. If I do that, we have everything. Actually, just kidding. Let's put this back so it just uses this. If this doesn't work, I'll probably just do... yeah, so it inputted that. It didn't input the other bits. Let me do a buffer. Okay, just kidding. I moved the impregnated frame that I put in there manually, and it actually put everything in and crafted it up. Now I am just setting this, and I don't know if I need a thing, but I made a filter, so it only pulls out the mutagenic frame. Let's try one more, I guess. It'll just take like a second. And then it should... I mean, it did. Yeah, there it goes. It works. Alright, that's easy. And then obviously this takes RF, but you can just hook it up to the thing, and there we go. Alright, so we got our mutagenic frame. Now, you don't want to use more than one, apparently. And I think you only get like 5 or 3 tries with this. This frame, it doesn't work very long. So you put that back and take one of these. Put one of those in there. Now we're going to take, I don't know. This is pristine. This will never turn into... I forget what it is, but this will just continue forever and ever. This will eventually, ignoble stop will eventually die. I do have flowers. And in case you don't know, I don't have flowers. Dandelion? Rose? Anything? Bad. I've been so good about emptying out my inventory. I don't have any flowers on me. Oh, I could just do... I'm like overthinking it, as usual. Just bone meal. I was about to like run into the overworld and go pick flowers. Alright, there we go. There's a poppy. It'll take a second to... It'll take a second to do that. We are in a plains biome. The whole dimension, if you look at the... where does it say it? Plains. Biome plains. Yeah, the whole thing is the biome's plain. 40% humidity and warm. Alright, so there we go. It does look like it's working. One last thing I want to check is the world accelerator, because that is quite slow. So I wanted to do that. So let me get the battery buffer. We'll throw this down. And we'll see if this works. Tile entity. Pretty sure it needs to be tile entity. But I do need... Actually, do I have everything for the buffer? I think we did. Didn't we? We crafted everything up for it? Yeah, there we go. That, Oh! That went quick. I guess you don't really need it with a mutagenic frame. It doesn't take the whole time. It's... Oh yeah, lifespan. Okay, but we did get common drone. Now, the common drone... Actually, really quick before we do this, I don't want to do a mutagenic frame. I do want to get a... I want to get a common pristine, I think. So what I'm going to do is take an impregnated frame. I don't want to... What I don't want it to do is take a common and a meadows and then get the next tier up. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter, but what I really want is a common princess is what I want. So we'll do that, and hopefully with these two drones, these two common drones, we'll be able to get a common princess. But this one now, and I know the episode is running a bit late because I started this a bit late. I need to quickly... I just realized I don't have any EV machines anymore. I've broken all my EV machines. I have nowhere to... Do I not have any EV machines anywhere? No! I don't even think I have EV power in the main base anymore. That's funny. I need to charge my... I need to charge these batteries, but I need a power source. Okay, there we go. I just threw it over here because I had room and lots of amps. All right, let's just see if this world accelerator upgrade works on these basic apiaries, because this makes it a million times easier. I just didn't want to start running cable and do a ZPM if it didn't work. So put that down. Place that in there. And you can see we're about halfway. I don't... It might be. I don't know. I can't really tell, because, I mean, this thing is only... It only does... This buffer only does... what was it? Speed bonus 16. So... Oh, I guess that's dropping pretty quick. No, that it is actually working. Okay, so... There we go. We got our common princess. That's what I wanted. I do want a pristine, like a perfect one, though. That isn't a mix, but we'll get into that more next episode when I get the Feelizer, and we can start looking at a bit of the stats. But I think we're going to do bees a little bit and get going with those. But anyway, that's going to be for today. So thanks for watching, and have a good one.